Hi guys, so this is the first of probably several video tutorials I'm going to do for you guys. Just learning how to do basic stuff around the house, things that might be able to help your parents with things that are useful life skills, and things that hopefully you might want to have a go at and find quite interesting. Anyway, so I'm just trialing this one today. So the first thing I'd like to show you is something that I do every week. Oh, you can just see Bruce's tail going past. Do you want to see Bruce? Bruce! Come here, come here. Come and say hello to my class. Come and say hello to my class. Stop trying to run away. Here we go. Here's Bruce. Say hello. Hello. Hello, class. Isn't he the cutest? Anyway, I'll put him back down. So anyway, as a lot of you know, I really love plants and things like that. You know, I've got quite a few in the class anyway. So I'm going to show you today how to look after orchids. Now, for some of you who don't know what orchids are, well, I'll show you some examples. They're a special kind of flower that you can get. You can often buy them in places like supermarkets, and they come in a pot and they have these beautiful flowers. And often, you know, you get them, you might get them for a present. Probably your parents have had this happen to them quite a bit. You take them home, you put them on a windowsill, the flowers die, and then you're left with some leaves, and that's it. Well, I'm quite good at keeping orchids alive, and I really, really enjoy looking after them, and they're really easy to look after once you know how to do it. So yeah, I'm going to show you how to look after them, and you only have to do anything to them once a week, which is brilliant, isn't it? I think it is. So anyway, this is my kitchen, although you can't see very much of it, but this is my kitchen. You're on my windowsill at the moment because it was the way I could get the best light. So yeah. Okay, so I'll show you some of my orchids first of all. This is one that I inherited from my auntie. So there you go. It's really pretty, isn't it? Isn't it lovely? Can you see that? So it's kind of pinky. Trying to turn it around a little bit for you so you can see it. Now you might be able to see here, this leaf is quite damaged. That's because it was on the windowsill next to my kettle, and my kettle boiled and it kind of boiled the edge of the leaf. So don't put your orchid next to your kettle, top tip. Anyway, what's really important with orchids, top tip number one, is like you can see here, you need to have a pot to put the plastic pot inside, okay? So I'm just going to tip the water out a minute, so then I can show you properly. Bear with me. Okay, so I'm just going to move this along a little bit. There you go, so you can see. So I've just put this on the draining board for now. So this sort of pot, I got this one from a charity shop. It wasn't very expensive. I think it's like a pound or something. It wasn't much. And you need to have a pot that you can put the orchid into. So what you do once a week, you take your orchid out of its other container. Can you see there as well? When you grow orchids, you need to have them in a sort of see-through pot like this. And you can see here, these are new roots growing, really healthy roots where they're nice and green and plump looking. And this particular orchid is actually so excited, it's trying to climb out of its pot. There we are. Anyway, I'll come back to that in a minute. Anyway, in terms of looking after them, once a week only, you need to take your pot that you put the orchid inside and you fill it about 2/3 of the way, maybe. So I'm just going to do that now to show you. Just do it so you can actually see. There we go. So I'm just going to fill it up. There we go. So it's about 3/4 full, so it's to about sort of there. And then because what you plant orchids in is actually bark that you plant them in. When you buy them, they'll already be in bark, but when you're obsessed with them like I am, every so often they start climbing out of their pots and you have to repot them. And you buy a new see-through pot, you can get them online, and you have to buy orchid bark, which again you can just buy online, and these little sort of white bits you can see in there. There's these special granules that come in the orchid bark, and I think they absorb water, because what you do when you filled up your pot 3/4 of the way, sorry, I got a bit of a sniffly cold, you very gradually lower your orchid into the water. Ooh, I think I put a bit too much water in because it's going to tip. You want to put just enough that it kind of, it's a bit much there. Can you see it spilling out? I don't know if you can. I'm just going to tip a tiny bit out. There we go. Just enough so that the water gradually soaks up through the see-through pot, and it's in there now. It's in there amongst the bark. Because the bark's quite loose, it allows the water to just gradually go up through it. And then you literally just leave it like that, sitting in its pot of water for an hour. Okay, and that's literally it. It's all you have to do once a week. So I'm just going to put him over there for a second, because I've got to do all my other ones as well. So this one, I'm just going to have a quick slug of coffee. I'm still here. This is quite fun. I'm quite enjoying this. Okay, so this one I've had for quite a while. Can you see it's sort of starting to climb out of its pot a bit there? It needs repotting. Perhaps I'll show you how to repot it another video. And this part here is where there was an old stalk and I had to cut it off. But anyway, so this is a white orchid. I'll try and turn it around so you can see the flowers a bit more. There you go. It's quite pretty, isn't it? I think they're lovely orchids, and there's so many different varieties. Anyway, this one lives in my bathroom. It's a really good place to keep them, is either on a windowsill. Bathrooms are good on bathroom windowsills, or kitchen windowsills. That's where I tend to keep mine. But they do like sunlight, but they don't like being cold. So don't let them freeze or anything, otherwise you'll end up with a problem. But anyway, so I've had this one for quite a while. It does need repotting, but anyway, there we are. I'm rambling again, sorry. So I'm just going to lift him out of his pot. So you can see there where the roots are getting quite full. You can see them at the bottom as well. Oops, some water's getting out. You see all the roots there? And anyway, so you take your pot, same again. It's gonna 2/3-ish. Really, it's kind of somewhere between 2/3 and half. It's more than half, but maybe slightly less than 2/3. I don't know. And there we are. Pop him in. There we go. So he's done now as well, and he just needs to sit there for an hour. Just move him over there as well. And which other ones have I got? Oh, give me just 2 seconds. I've got to grab one from the lounge. Honestly, I'll be right back. There we go. Told you I wouldn't be long. Hi. So this is, oh no, one of the flowers fell off. This is, this orchid's got a bit of a story, and the pink one I showed you before. When I got them, they were just leaves. They didn't have any stalks, any flowers, nothing. And I repotted them and treated them the way I've just explained to you, by just soaking them in the water once a week. And this happened. Ah. So it's quite exciting if you're sad like me and you love plants. So there you go. So this one's quite happy. It lives in my lounge. But it, again, look, they all have their own special pot, and that's really important. So I'm just going to get that one done. And there we go. Pop that in there. Just gradually lower it in. And I always do this over the sink in case I put too much water in and it splurges everywhere, you know. Just be on the safe side. So there we are. That's my third one ready. Let's move it along so you can just... can you see those there? That's the 3 I've done so far. Now I've got, how many more have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4 more to do. So, which one shall I do next? I'll do this one next. This is my biggest one. So yeah, it's quite, quite dramatic looking, isn't it? It's very pretty. Move it a bit closer so you can see. So it's all these sort of beautiful pink, sort of fuchsia colour flowers really. I'm just turning it around so you can see all of them. They're really lovely, aren't they? I've already put the water into this one, but that's its pot. Just wanted you to be able to see it really. And then, oh no, I've done these 3. Anyway, I'll show them to you anyway. So this one is super exciting because, and this one as well. I think it's exciting. I was at my my friend's mum's house, and she had this orchid on her windowsill, and she'd had it for ages. Her mum died, it was very sad, and there was this orchid left on a windowsill. So she took it home and started looking after it, and it grew this shoot. But it was really odd because where the stalk had grown, it started growing roots from the stalk. So anyway, I was there, she cuts my hair, and so that's why I was around there, and I said, I bet if you cut those off and put them in some soil, you'll grow 2 more orchids. And she was a bit like, oh gosh, I don't want to kill it. And I said, right, let me have a go. So I chopped these 2 bits off that had roots and put them in some soil. And this is one of them. So at the moment it's just got a stalk and some leaves, so it needs a bit more time. It's having a soak, but it's quite happy. It's alive, so that's something. But this one, literally yesterday, I'm not even exaggerating, yesterday, look what happened. It flowered, and look at how beautiful. I think this is the most beautiful one I've got. It's so intricate. I'm trying to keep it still so you can see. There you go. Isn't it lovely? And you can see there's another one there about to open. So that's really cool. So these 2 are just having a little soak as well. And, oh, and then the last one is this one. So this one again is just, my auntie had it. She was going to throw it away because in London they had a water problem. I don't know, the water got cut off and our house was freezing, and like I said before, orchids don't like the cold, and this leaf, look, has gone all poorly and it looked like it was going to die, but I've managed to get, look, a couple of little leaves to start growing again. So I'm hoping this dead bit will fall off, and then I don't know what colour it's going to be. It's a surprise. So there we are. So that's me and my orchid obsession, and hope it'll be useful to you if you've got any orchids lying around your house that are dying or need a bit of love or whatever. There you go. That's how to look after orchids. And I'll perhaps update you when the other one flowers, or if the other ones flower at any point. And thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.